So the LA Marathon is a week and a half away, and I can confidently say that I am not mentally nor physically ready for this. So I figured I would explain my two reasons why, while I also build a much needed shoe rack. Because you can see my shoes are not in the most pristine condition and I have nowhere to store them. So I figured, why not make this little vlog while I install this, and I'll explain to you guys two major reasons why I don't feel like I'm physically ready. For the first reason, let's go to the course map. And so this is the LA Marathon. It isn't a world major, but it's one of the more popular majors outside of the world majors. And as someone who resides in LA County, it's been a bucket list item for me for a very long time. So you start off here at Dodger Stadium and you make your way all the way from here through the entire beautiful city of LA into Century City. Along the way, you'll see the Walk of Fame, the Griffith Observatory from a distance. You'll see Rodeo Drive, the Chinese Theater is here somewhere, as well as the Disney Concert Hall. So it is definitely a very beautiful marathon. It's something that I've always wanted to do. And so one major thing about this marathon and the city of LA in general is that it's a very hilly course. Yes, you do start off with a negative because you start at the top of Dodger Stadium, which is on a big hill, and you make your way down. But there are some brutal hills along the way, right here, pretty much between mile 3 and 4, then between mile 4 and 5, and then the craziest one between mile 20 and 21. Yes, you do go front, you do pass the finish line, and then you do a couple more miles and come back. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. That'll be daunting, but right when everyone hits the wall is when there is a massive hill. And yes, so this is the course layout of the LA Marathon. Let's talk about the first major issue with this though. Let's start with the major reason why I feel like I'm not ready for it. First major reason is because, as I mentioned in the course map, it's a hilly course. And what is the one kind of exercise that I did not do during this training block? Hills. Yes. And it's not for the lack of my runner training plan coaching me through it or not suggesting it. And in fact, when I created the plan, it actually had me do running and hills training. But I was just like, nah, let's not do that because that sounds tough. And second major reason is because I don't live near many hills. So for me to have to drive around, especially on a weekly basis to look for hills, did not sound fun. Do I regret that decision? Yes, I do, because again, I ran 0 hills. So that is, I think, a major reason, is because those hills are going to take a huge daunting toll on me. I can already tell. If you guys saw my vlog from a half marathon that I did in Orange County, that had a lot of hills as well, and that's what completely shattered my entire hopes and dreams of having a sub 2:30 marathon. And I feel like I'm kind of going down the same route too. So what are my goals though for the hills, right? I mean, how should I tackle them, especially if I didn't do any hill training? It's gonna be pretty much just slow down. I can't think of any other reason or another way to tackle the hills. I'm just gonna have to slow down pretty much as slow as I can and then pick up the pace when the hills eventually pass, and especially the downhill. I'll have to make sure that my first downhill out of Dodger Stadium is going to be significantly slower than I want to mentally, because obviously you want to start off strong, you want to start off fast. I'm going to have to hold off on that energy. That's going to be the biggest thing too. First major hill comes at the 3 and 4 mile mark, pretty much after the 5K. So I'm going to have to make sure I am pacing that very well. All right, how do I start this stuff? Hopefully the fit looks pretty close. Like it's literally at the edge of it. And this is gonna be the length, or yikes, this is gonna be a close one. Jeez. Do I just have unnatural feet? Is that what it is? Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, we have everything laid out. Instructions. Okay, so I'm back. I have 0 faith in these actually lasting at all, but it's fine. It's fine, right? All right, so the second major reason why I don't feel like I'm ready is because my long runs. My last 5 long runs have not been good. And when I say not been good, I just mean I'm just not able to finish them, right? I had a 16 miler, a 17 miler, 19, 21 and a half marathon testing. And each one of those runs, I did not actually complete. I didn't do the full mileage. First three, so I would say the 16 and a half marathon, prep, whatever it was, I was just not in shape. I was just super dehydrated. I just felt like I was walking around with a lot of salt. I mean, you can see all the salt in my entire body coming out because I was running out in the heat and all that kind of stuff. So I was completely dehydrated to the point where I had to actually stop by gas stations, find more water than the one I already had in my vest and everything. So after doing some more research, I realized I hadn't been replenishing the sodium that I'm losing in all of my runs, right? So for mile 17, I started taking my salt tablets. And that got better. It did get better, but I would still run out of like internally, I just could not hydrate enough to replenish my body with all of the, liquid I'm losing out, right? I'm a huge sweater. I sweat so much when I'm working out. So I'm constantly just having to drink water and all that kind of stuff. And I just cannot get through the run. Around mile 12 and 13, is when I start to feel lightheadedness. I would get dizzy if I would stop, and all this kind of stuff would just happen. So I just felt, you know what, if I'm getting dizzy, I need to come to a complete stop and not do this run anymore, or just walk for a little bit. And so that's been the biggest issue is that I haven't been able to complete a long run because I'm still figuring out this whole hydration thing. For my most recent run at 21 miles, I think I got about 19 miles of it done, which was good, but a lot of that was walking towards after mile 15. I was walking a lot, taking longer breaks. I was taking a lot more salt tablets. I was taking a lot more gels. But even then, and I was carrying out an electrolyte drink along with my water. And even then, I was still running out of hydration. I was just so completely dehydrated and I just could not finish the run. My back started aching a little bit towards the end of it. So it's just one of those things where I just don't feel confident in running that distance. I'm not sure what it is because my easy runs have been really easy. My interval training has been great. I've been able to pick up the speed when I need to, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to a long run, I just get so dehydrated. So that's been my biggest thing. That's where I'm most worried about. I know I can hold the pace, but it's just something that I just cannot hang on to for a long time because I'm just so dehydrated. I get lightheaded, I get dizzy, all that kind of stuff. So I was hoping to figure it out before the LA Marathon, but it doesn't seem like I'm quite there yet. I still have, another long run this weekend at 14 miles. I'm going to try to do the same strategy. Hopefully, this one goes a lot better. But that's just kind of where I'm at. My second major reason is my long runs have not been going well. I'm back, finally done with it. Again, do I think it's gonna hold up for a very long time? Probably not, but still, it's a good place for me to store my stuff. And it is long enough, but oh boy, it's just wide enough for some of my shoes. But nonetheless, I will take it. And let me get this set up and I'll give you my final thoughts about what I'm going to do to actually prepare mentally for it. Okay. Yeah, some issues with this for sure. This will be a good reminder for me if I get too many shoes stacking up in here, it'll be a signal for me to sell it. So this is great because now I visually can see how many shoes I have, and I have a lot for my 2 feet. So this would be a good way for me to kind of dictate which ones I should start selling off or donating or whatever it might be. I already have some in mind, and let me show you those right now. All of those So all of those are going to be on sale probably. I'm probably going to just get rid of them. The Aeroglide 3, again, I love that shoe, but it kind of is the same thing between Super Blast 2 and the Mega Blast. My Zoom Fly 6 was never really a fan of it. Tried it again a couple of days ago. Still not a fan, so I going to try to get rid of it. What else do I have? The Saucony Endorphin Speed 5 is going to go up for sale. And the New Balance V4s. I just got the V5s. I'm going to make a video on it. V4s should have worked for a runner like me, but it didn't. But the V5s, which shouldn't work for a runner like me, did. I'll explain all of that in a separate video, but overall, very happy to finally have a place for my running shoes to kind of just chill at. The main question is, how am I going to prepare myself for this marathon? Again, I'm only a week and a half away. I can't get more fitness per se, but I'm gonna have to just kind of revisit my goals. So as I mentioned before, the LA Marathon is a bucket list item for me. It's something that I've always wanted to do, especially as someone who grew up in LA or LA County for that matter. And I've always wanted to run it. I know it's a big event that happens every year. I think it's going to be his 41st year. So for me, it'll be just awesome to be able to run it and enjoy my first ever experience in it. And so that's what I'm going to kind of have that mindset of. It's like my first marathon where I just had no actual goals in mind, no sub 5 hour, 4 hour, whatever it was. I have none of that. I just wanted to go out there, experience it, and just enjoy myself while I'm out there. I will have plenty of more marathons, hopefully in the future, where I can go after goals. But for my first LA marathon, I wanted just to be able to experience the whole thing. So that's where my mentality is going to go towards. I'm not going to focus so much on the sub 5 hour or this goal or that goal. I'm still going to go out there and give 100%. I'm going to still go out there and run it as best as I can. But I want to enjoy myself and enjoy the experience and just see what happens. Just kind of don't have that pressure of trying to think too much around, am I ready? Am I not ready? Just go out there, do your best. I trained for this. Training's gone pretty well besides the long runs. And I think I'll be ready for it as well. And as I kind of looked around the articles online and stuff like that, there is some kind of phenomenon that happens with people, especially a week out, and especially in their taper, which I'm in right now, that people start to kind of second guess their marathon. Are they ready for it? It's called marathonia, I believe is what I heard the term go around. So maybe that's what I'm going into as well. But nonetheless, I'm still very excited for the experience. Cannot wait to be out there. My family's going to be out there as well to cheer me on. We have a hotel there too, so I can just kind of relax at the hotel room afterwards, which is great. But that's where I'm at right now. Not quite mentally and physically ready for the race itself, but ready to enjoy the experience and just go out there and try my best. Let me know what you guys think of the video, as well as let me know if you're running your race pretty soon and what your goals are. If you're just like me, want to just kind of get through it and survive, or do you have a specific goal pace in mind? Let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.